Hello, good morning. How are you? Thank you.
Today departure?
Yes, at 2.
12?
2.
2 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I need to put this key in. That one. All right. So, good morning. Hi. So it's the 12th. I think Sunday the 12th of October 2025, and I'm at Holiday Inn. I don't even know where I am. It's crazy. Hold on. Yeah, I'm at Holiday Inn Express in London, Heathrow Terminal 4. So I arrived here on Friday. Check-in is from 2 p.m. but I did get here around 4. I wasn't going to do any video because I'm not here because of work. I'm just here because I wanted a quick weekend getaway just to rest because I've been feeling so stressed out lately. But my son said to me yesterday, what do you mean you're not going to do a video? You have to do one. So the beginning, I just had breakfast. I just went downstairs to have breakfast, and the breakfast is a buffet, which is also included in the fee that I paid for the hotel to stay for a weekend. Now, I am a member of IHG. I think it's IHG. I'll quickly show you. So I'm a member of IHG One Reward, and what I noticed is that what I didn't see in other hotels that I've been in, IHG hotels that I have booked directly to be in. There's a welcome letter in here, which is a very nice touch. There was also chocolate placed on it, which was also a very nice touch. As I was saying, I wanted the time off just to rest, and I would normally do that in my house, which I always find very comfortable. But the thing was, for some reason, I was restless. Anywhere I am, I'm just restless. And I got an email from IHG saying for my birthday, which was in July, I got 3,000 points, but they would only give it to me if I booked a weekend getaway at any IHG hotel. And I didn't want to leave the country. I'm not a very big fan of flying, only because it hurts my ears. I have a problem, I think it's the crystals in my ear that's knocked off balance, so it does really bother me when the plane takes off. When it's landing, my ear hurts, and it will hurt for sometimes up to 2 days, and then I'll have this fuzzy feeling in my ear where I can't hear very well. Anyway, I've tried going to the pharmacy to see if there's anything I can take. They've advised the usual, which is chew gum, swallow saliva, pinch the roof of your nose, gulp air, yawn. I've tried everything, nothing works. If you have something that works for you, please put it in the comment. I'll really appreciate it. I'll try anything. But outside that, I don't mind flying to places. I'm not really a go out and wander around kind of person. I prefer just to stay in and rest. So that's what I did. Now with an IHG weekend getaway, I called them to confirm They said you can check in on a Thursday and check out on a Saturday, so that constitutes as a weekend getaway, or you can check in on a Friday and check out on a Sunday. So I arrived here on Friday instead, because I traveled this week to Edinburgh for work, came back on Wednesday. I needed a little bit of rest from the plane on Thursday, so I booked for Friday to come in. So like I mentioned, the ING hotel that I booked is in Slough. It's called Holiday Inn Express, which is Terminal 51. So that's the one that I'm in right now. Checked in on Friday, so today is Sunday, and I'm gonna check out. As a usually checkout is 12, but as an IHE member, you can check out for 2. I needed to do a few pieces of work before I leave, so that's why I requested to check out at 2 o'clock. Because once I get home, I just want to chill with my sons and just watch TV or something. I'm not really a TV person, but just hang out with them a little bit, because I'm not seeing them properly all week. Don't worry, they're not kids. They're a lot older. They are 21 and 25. So they're busy doing their own thing. But it would be nice for me to spend a little time with them. Anyway, so the beginning of the video is just showing you from the, once you go past the reception and you go into the lift to start going to your room. That's what the beginning of the video is showing you. And that's because I went for breakfast, and while I was now having breakfast, I just finally made up my mind to do a quick video. Now for breakfast, like I mentioned, is included. All the other hotels that I've been in, I had to actually pay an extra amount from £10 upwards for breakfast, but this one is included. So for breakfast is a buffet style, and you pick what you want to eat. And so when I went there, there was toast. There were 2 different types of bread. I think maybe wheat bread and a white bread. I'm not so sure, but they already sliced. I didn't take any of them because I didn't feel up to it. I didn't have that yesterday. I didn't have it today either. Then there was some spread that you can have with the toast, which again with the bread, and you can also toast the bread, which I didn't take any of them. So because I wasn't going to eat bread, I didn't look at it properly, so I don't know what the spreads are. It might be butter and jam, stuff like that. And then there's section, I think 2 sections where you can get yourself coffee and tea and so forth. So there's like a machine thing that you just put your cup underneath it, press something, and it gives you tea or coffee. I think I didn't pay very much attention to it because I wasn't in the mood for drinking something hot. I'm not really a hot drink kind of person. I like things that are cold. So again, I didn't pay attention to it. Then the next section, there's somewhere with cereals that you can have. There's Weetabix, I think there's cornflakes and so. Again, I didn't pay attention to that because I didn't want any of those. I didn't have that yesterday. I didn't have that today. So I left it. Then I walked over and got a tray and a cup, a little mug, and a plate. And so on the buffet, there was baked beans, which I'm not a big fan. I've never liked beans, so I didn't take that. There was grilled tomatoes, so I think it's cut into half and then grilled. Again, didn't have that. Then there was bacon. I didn't have the bacon yesterday, but today I decided, look, I'm going to try it. I'm just going to do the video, so I need to try it. So I got the bacon. It was okay. And then there were sausages. I had sausages yesterday and I had some today. I'm not really a sausage person, but I didn't have very much to eat option. There was a lot of option, but for what I wanted to eat at that time, I didn't know what it is I really wanted to eat, but my plate was looking empty, so I just thought, we'll just take sausage. So I took the sausage. I've not had sausage in a very long time. I don't know, for some reason when I got older, I might have gone off sausage, I don't know, but I don't really eat them anymore. Not that I hate them, just that I would not go out of my way to go eat sausage. But they were tasty. And then also there was hash browns, little triangular shaped hash browns, which were well made, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, so that was very good. Then there was the scrambled egg, which I'm not a big fan of. But I had it yesterday and today just because my plate was, again, almost empty. So I just put a little bit in there. But I really didn't like it that much. I just ate it, just put it in my plate just full to make up the plate because my plate was quite empty. I just had sausage, hash brown, and the egg. And then I had some croissant. There was tiny croissants, not the normal size you would see in the shop, just little sized croissants that you could pick. So I took about 3 of it and put it on my plate. Then on the what else did they have there? They had yogurt. They had the natural yogurt, and then they had syrup. I didn't try that yesterday, but today I just thought, okay, I'm gonna try it, and it was nice. I think there was other things, I just don't remember what it is. I'm going to put a little video just in here so you can see, or maybe at the end, just so you can see what I had for my breakfast. Then there was like a vending, there's my vending machine, like the little thing there that you could get either apple drink, water, or orange juice, which I did. The water, when I drank it, didn't taste like bottled water. It tasted more like a tap water. And the reason I know this is because the English water from the tap, when I drink them, I feel like throwing up. If basically I can take little sips and I'll be okay, but if I drink a lot, I will literally feel like throwing up. But if I drink bottled water, I don't react. I've been to other countries where I've drank the water and I didn't react to it, but for some reason the one in London, whenever I drink the water, I've not tried once outside London because I'll usually just buy bottled water and go into the hotel, but the ones inside London, when I drink the water, for some reason I literally feel like throwing up. I thought it wasn't getting older kind of stuff, but it's not, because when I went to Germany, even though my cousin literally told me off for taking water from the tap because of some lit story behind the water, but I did not react to it. And I went to US and I drank water from the tap again. I didn't react to it, and I didn't drink that much water from the tap because my host had a lot of bottled water. But again, the water I drank from the tap, I didn't react to it. When I went to France, I didn't react to the water. Well, anyway, you get the gist. When I went to Spain, didn't react. So that's how I know. It's not because I'm being posh. That's how I know that the water, maybe they do put bottled water into that thing, but today it wasn't bottled water, it was a tap water. I don't have anything against tap water, it's just that I kind of like react to the one in London. I don't know if it's outside London, if it's the same, I don't know. It might be the whole of UK, I don't know. I'm just saying London because that's where the water that I've drank is. Anyway, so I took those, and when I sat down, there's plenty of table. It's not very noisy. This is moderately okay. Well, for me, I'm the sort of person, when I wake up in the morning, I can talk and chat, one-to-one, but I get overwhelmed with too much activity going on. So it was nice to not have that for when I went downstairs. Now breakfast during the weekend is 8 to 10. Let me look at this because I did ask the guy to go 7. It's 7 to 10 o'clock, but on a weekday I think it's 7:30 to 10:30 or 7:30 to 9:30, something like that. Anyway, so I love to lie and I wasn't able to do much of it. I did try to get up about 8 o'clock, not necessarily get up, but I slept well. I have insomnia, so I don't usually sleep well, and it's been going on for years, but I did sleep well, kind of, last night. The night before, I was waking up a lot, and so I did something that I haven't done in 25 years. which is read a novel. Now, I used to read ferociously from when I was in secondary school, when I was little. From the second I was able to get hold of novels, because I was never allowed to read novels. And I said I want to read something, my mother would point to her medical books and these big encyclopedia looking things and tell me to read them. So my first book was and I'm digressing, but anyway, my first book was Little Red Riding Hood, which was bought for me by my older brother. And then my second book was Animal Farm, which was bought for me by my father. Again, the first one was when I was in primary school, which is from my brother, and the second one was from my father when I entered secondary school my first year. Anyway, but by the time I got to secondary school, I was able to get access to lots of novels, and I was reading a lot. Also, when I finished secondary school, I would go into the library, my local library. I read every novel I could get with my hand on, to the point that there was no more for me to read. So I found out about subscribing, so I subscribed to Milks and Bones and would get boxes of novels to read. But at some point, I don't know when life took over, stress, trauma, all of them took over, health issues took over, and I haven't read. So I know definitely that I haven't read for about 25 years. Anyway, so it was nice to get these online novels. I was reading from something called Galati app. There's two other apps also that I've been reading from. But it was nice to just sink myself into the stories. And they were quite relaxing. So basically this weekend, the getaway, it's been super relaxing. So moving back to the holiday inn, I'm going to quickly show you what the room is like. So I'm going to start from the entrance. Now I did show you from the reception all the way to the lift and go upstairs, and the hallway go into my room. I saw one of the cleaners, very lovely lady. I spoke to her yesterday when I needed to get extra towels. So that was the same person that I saw now. And so let me show you from the entrance of the room. Let's turn this. So when you first walk in, that's the door. Okay, and I noticed with this particular door, I could lock it. And if you watch my videos, you know I'm crazy about locking my doors. And then once you come in, there's a thermostat, which is no good anyway, because apparently it's set to cool in summer and heat in winter, and apparently it's not winter enough yet, so it is still on cool, so I couldn't use it. So when I told them about it, they sent me a small heater, which ladies, the heater just basically radiates heat as far as this. So I have to literally keep going close to it in order to feel a little bit of heat. And then, so it's like you come in, you put your key in, you only get one, then you got the switch. So this one is for the whole room, that's for the bathroom, and this is for the little blue light you can see here. So now from the door you get into the bathroom. So that's the bathroom. You get some tissue, there's a tissue box here, so you can get some tissue. And then you have hand and body cream, which I enjoyed because it smelled really nice and mild. It wasn't overpowering, it wasn't overwhelming, and so that was good. And then there's the sink. Then you have 2 cups for you to brush your teeth. I didn't use the cup, I just got the water from the tap straight when I brushed my teeth, so I didn't use it. Then you have a disposable bag, that's for women, for tampons and so on. Then you have a toilet, and that for you to flush. It's not sensor, so you have to literally press it in. You've got tissue here, and you've got spare tissue there. And then you've got bin, which I didn't really use. And then you have towel. So I put the towel here because it's next to the sink, so I could easily dry my hands, so I separated it out. Then you have a large towel, so this is a big size towel, and the second one of it. Then you have another smaller one, and the second one, I think there's a second one. Oh, sorry, the second one is that one, which I put down here. So I did use that to towel myself, wrap this one. You know that when I get into a hotel, I love a big towel to wrap myself in. So the next morning I'm able to change at least the one that I had a bath with. So that's the bathtub, and then I'm going to open the door. So you get another towel which you can put on the floor. Now how you separate them out is that the ones that go on the floor, if you look, you will see like a pattern. So you have a pattern that runs around it. That tells you there's a towel for you to place on the floor in front of your bath. It is not for you to towel yourself. And then you get into the bath. So that's the bath. If you have your toiletries, you can place them up there. And there's another one down here where you can place it, and then you can have your shower. If you require an aid, you know, you can hold on to that to have a shower. Then you have the shower. So with this, I had to figure it out. I had to keep turning this for me to figure out about the heating and how to turn it on. So that literally turns it on. And I can use this to adjust the heat. Also that I can turn around to adjust. Then you have the shampoo, which you can use for your hair if you want. I didn't use it because I didn't wash my hair. Then you have the hand and body wash, which I used. There was no body cream, which is fine because I always come with body cream anyway. But the hand and body wash was nice, just like the hand wash over there near the sink. It smelled mild, it wasn't overpowering, it wasn't harsh on my skin, and I am very quite sensitive, so it wasn't harsh on my skin. That was good. Then you do have, you know, stand here for you to place your bath things if you need, and then another one down here. One of the things I loved about this is that I had a shower both morning, evening. I noticed that when I came out of the bath, there was no pool of water on the floor. So this door is very, very good. So I really liked it. So I'm just going to close it back. And as you can see, completely dry floor. So I'll turn around again. That's the door that leads out of the room. So again, out of the room, you have that, which you can place on the door if you don't want them to disturb you and give you extra towels. And if you want them to know that you're in a nervous thing, you can put that on the door. So moving on, you have iron for you to iron the clothes, and then you have the iron stand, which is just behind that. So, and then you have this to make your cup of tea. So I've got milk. They usually give you about 4, but I requested for some more because I needed more tea yesterday because I was so cold. And then I have sugar. You have Twining, which is a good blend full of tea, good quality tea. You also have coffee. So you have I think decaffeinated instant coffee. So this is extra, but most of them were here. Nice small kettle, but you have to get water from, you know, the sink here for you to boil and make yourself tea. Then you have a bin at the bottom, which I used. Then you have, let's go for cleaning. So the bathroom, and there. So you have lots of spare towels here. So I think a small and a big one, and a small and a big one that was hanging in the bathroom when I first came in. Then you have the hangers. So let's count it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The standard number is usually 5, but 6 is good, so that was good. So I was able to hang my stuff. Then you have a bedside lamp and a bedside TV, which is quite unique, good design, so that's lovely. And then you can just press that to turn it on and then off. So in the night when I didn't want the whole light room on, I was able to turn this on and it was able to illuminate the whole room. I didn't need to put a second one, I just did one. It's got a nice painting, and I love blue, especially a light shade of blue, so this is nice. And then you've got your double bed with 2 pillows in it, which can be changed every day if you want, but I really didn't want to. So from there you get a phone. The phone actually does work, which is nice, and so you can get reception, you can call housekeeping, you can call for emergency, if you can call for internet support, you can call if you want a wake-up call. And if you've forgotten the name of your room, number of your room, so it will be down here. Again, you have that, so you can switch that on and switch that off. And then I was able to charge my phone next to me. I love the fact that there was a sofa, so most of yesterday afternoon till evening I just benched out here reading through my paperwork which I came with. And because I'm always traveling, you know, overnight and so on, so I have 2 bags. I have a suitcase one that you can pull, which can be checked in, and I have this one. I tend to travel with this more because it's just easier for me to hang over my shoulder and keep moving. So you have that, which allows me to hang over my shoulder. But it also has a clip, like a handle clip, which I can clip here and clip the second one here and just carry it as a duffel bag, or you know, a sort of a backpack, or just carry it over my shoulder. But I don't. The belt, the handle, whatever is inside here, the zip down here, so I always make sure I carry it just in case. I pack very light. One day I'll be able to show you how I pack. I don't tend to take a lot. So from there you get a big bay window, not necessarily a big bay window. This is the window, is just that, it stops over here. So the whole, it's not a wall-to-wall window, but it's fine. You get enough light into the room and so on, and to privacy. And you can also open the window. I think so there's a clip here for you to push the window up, so you can see I'm pushing it open to get fresh air, and then you can close it back. I'm not so sure how that fresh air thing is gonna work out, because I'm seeing another window with another glass behind this one. So if I pull this open now, you can see there's another glass here. So even if I open it, all it's just gonna do is increase the light coming into the room. I don't necessarily think it is air coming in through that, but because it's double glazed, also increase it, because I don't know if it's double glazed, but I feel like, let me see, let's see, no, it's not double glazed, but it creates a vacuum, which means that it kind of keeps the room a little bit warmer, which is fine. All right, so from the window you have that, which I've noticed a lot of it when I go to hotels in Scotland. I didn't know you can see it in the UK, but in London, I've never seen one in London or any other hotels, but I've seen them a lot in hotels that I've been to in Glasgow or Edinburgh. I think I did say it in Belfast, I don't remember. Anyway, then you have a table. This was very nice. So the first thing when I came in, I was very excited about it because I was hoping to do some work. So it was nice to have a big table where I can get some work done. So you have this, which is where you put your card. So when I'm checking out, I'll take that. And then I have that was put down for me to welcome me as an IHA member. And then I have other days which when I bought some stuff to eat on my way coming. And I got a lot of bottled water. So the water is all finished now. These are going to be waste that needs to be thrown away, but I'm going to do a little bit of work. I made some notes on the paper here to remind me the work I need to do before I check it out too, so that when I get home I can just relax. Okay, so under here you have another switch, you know, so in the night if you're working and you don't want to put the whole light room on, so you can use that. You can adjust this, move it around so you can get, you know, proper lighting. Then you can charge your stuff here. Underneath you have shelving. I love the fact that the chair swings around so I can easily move around, you know, which is good. So I could just move from there to the things that I placed on the bed here and the things I placed here, and then back right there. Okay, so that was nice too, without having to literally keep standing up all the time. And then there is a TV which I put on to make sure that it works, and it does work, and it wasn't difficult to navigate, which was nice. I'm trying to put it back on. it wasn't difficult to navigate, which is nice. But again, I switched it back off because I had work to do. So again, I didn't watch TV. It's not like I watch TV at home anyway. So on it, you see where it says guide. So if you press on that, you can, what you do does is to show you the TV guide. And then you can scroll through and find the channels that you want. So from there, using this arrow, I can go down. You know, well, you know how TV works anyway. So I'm just showing you that when I went to, where did I go to? I was in one of the hotels in Edinburgh. I can't remember the name of the hotel. I think it's the Albany. Very nice hotel, but it was a nightmare for me figuring out how to work that TV. I like this type where that is old school, because I'm old school, so you know it's easier for me to navigate. I'm not a huge techie person, so when I was there, I was thinking that's the kind of hotel my son would have loved to, you know, TV that he would have loved to operate. And I really missed him because he helps me with stuff like that. Well, this one I like because it was so easy for me to navigate. Not that I was going to watch TV anyway, because I didn't. Anyway, so from the table, we'll come around towards the exit. And you have a hairdryer there, which you can just use. So that was very convenient because you can just stand in front of the mirror there. And in front of the mirror, you can just dry your hair. And a full length mirror, which is nice. And then back to exit. So a quick 360. So that takes you into the bathroom, right round the room. And oh, the IH hotel. I have done quite this is quite longer than I usually would do for a hotel because I was sharing way more on this, but I hope you didn't mind. Anyway, I'm gonna go do some work now, get some things done, hopefully upload this video and upload my last video for this week, which was in one of the hotels in Edinburgh. I think it was, oh dear, the Scholar. I think it's called the Scholar Hotel. So hopefully upload it well and this morning, do the research that I want to do, get some work done too for my book, and do some office paperwork, and then hopefully finish and check out by 2. And if I can get all of that done this morning, I'll feel like I've done something and I can relax the rest of the day. Anyway, thank you for watching this. Take care. Bye bye.